Welcome to Only Murders in My Mind. Hello everyone, it's Thursday, it's 5 p.m. and it's Only Murders in My Mind with Liz Hedgecock.
Hello.
I'm Mike Jackson.
Hi.
How are you both?
Not bad. Wrote another chapter this morning.
Have you?
Yeah. In fact, I was rushing to finish the edit on it before coming here.
So how's that going?
It's all right. Yeah, I've just got to the bit where it's all gone wrong.
Oh, you mean in the plot?
In the plot, yeah. No, the book's progressing fine. I mean, the characters are surprising me, but they do that sometimes. So,
Is this a new genre that you're doing?
this is the Magical Bookshop spin-off.
Yes.
So it's Luke and Maddie
Yeah.
in Manchester.
Yeah. Have you got a title for it yet?
At the moment, the working title is Northern Soul.
All right.
So we'll see how we go
I
with
like
it.
that.
Yeah.
Knowing them as I do.
Yes.
And how's your novella coming along, Mike?
Yes. And I it's surprising, isn't it? Just how well the football season is moving. I think we're in for a really interesting Premier League season. This
Yeah,
year.
I mean, I've seen some, fantastic dribbling, diverting.
Dribbling sounds a bit like my novella.
Some amazing evasive action,
Oh,
despite some quite close marking from some people.
very good segue. That his voice didn't change. At all.
It was good, wasn't it? How's your novella, Carol?
Yes.
Sorry.
No, that's a bit stuck in glue at the moment.
Sorry.
No. It will. As I say, my aim is to have it out for Christmas, and I know once I get stuck back into it, it won't take me long to finish the first draft. That's the annoying thing, isn't it?
Mm.
So talking about
Is it the heat?
Oh yeah,
I found myself working a lot slower because of the heat.
Yeah. And as I say, other things are taken over at the moment, and I'm not prioritising my writing as I should. So I will get back down to it. Probably as we go into autumn, actually.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that life happens and you can't stop it happening.
No.
So, I would like to be finished with more things than I am, but I've been busy, getting Maisie 6 put to bed, which is going to be out in a month, yes.
Yay.
So probably by the time you hear this episode, it'll be out. So if Maisie 6 is out, Run to Earth, then you should all go and buy it or read it in Kindle Unlimited. There you go.
Excellent read.
Or ask your local library to stock it.
Definitely. Yes.
Yes.
I can
That
back
is the
that
end
up.
of the commercial break.
Right.
You know what I could do with, don't you, for my novella?
What?
A ghostwriter.
Well, there you go.
Just suddenly struck me that did. What a good idea.
What is a ghostwriter? And it's not a shady figure that.
Well, it could be, I guess.
Yeah, I didn't realise that there are many literary agencies often have ghostwriters on call.
No, I didn't either.
So do publishing houses. Maintain
On
a list.
call.
Yeah, maintain
Is
a
that
list
some
of
sort of speed dial about
Yeah.
so and so can't
Yeah,
finish their,
yeah,
they're having trouble? Can you step in and do
That's right,
the last bit for them?
Richard Osman's busy. How you fix the next couple of weeks?
Careful.
Yeah.
Not that we are insinuating in any way that
No,
Richard
no,
Osman
no,
would
no.
use a
Yeah.
ghostwriter.
In fact, we're all looking forward
To the film.
to the film.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Author's Day Out.
Yeah.
yes.
And in fact, there are even specialised ghostwriting agencies, which I go well because I think it is. I suppose that's why it's called ghostwriters. It's sort of it's almost a nebulous term in a way, in as much as we know what the term means, but I could honestly say I have never met a ghostwriter.
No.
Well, you wouldn't know, would you?
But you
I mean,
wouldn't-
there
but I've
are
never had
people
anybody
who
say to me,
specialise in
yes,
it. So
yes, there must be.
there's a guy called Andrew Crofts who, readily admits, yes, I'm a ghostwriter, and
Ghostwriter.
I've written for a lot of people you'll have heard of.
Yeah.
But of course can't say anything
No.
because, non-disclosure agreements.
So-
But if they have ghostwriter agencies or if the publishing houses
Yeah.
have lists of ghostwriters they go to, then obviously there are people out there who not
Must
only
be big work.
Well, it must
big
be.
business.
Yes,
Yeah.
it will be. Yeah.
And who would need a ghostwriter, do we think? What sort of writer? What sort of person would need a ghostwriter?
I imagine someone who doesn't have a great deal of spare time,
Right.
or potentially someone who's got a great idea for a book,
Yeah.
but possibly doesn't have the time to acquire the skills to do it, or possibly the time to write it, or a combination of both.
Yeah.
And that, obviously, falling into that category would be a number of celebrities who might have written crime stories or other stories, where the ghostwriter does the actual writing, but they come up with the idea. Yeah. And unfortunately, that's the first thought, isn't it? That if somebody famous has written a book, my immediate thought is, oh, did they really write it?
Yes,
Did they really
that's
write
what
it?
comes into your head now, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've got to say, there's one or two football players who have written, in brackets here in the folks, their memoirs, and I've gone, no. They can't string two words together, let alone write a memoirs. I'm not quoting any names, I don't want to get sued.
It's also when you get successful crime writers who die. And publishers sometimes hire ghostwriters to continue popular series.
Yeah, because I think you said before now about the MC Beaton books, and I mean she's passed on to another realm now, and yet are there still books coming out?
Well, I'm keeping it. I think there's another one coming out soon, and as I say, that the writer that does that does get a byline for it, but they still say by Mrs. Beaton, but he had a very close relationship to that author, and he helped her write her last book when she was failing physically. So he had a really good handle on the way she wrote.
Yes.
And the ones that I've read since she passed away that he's written, I've enjoyed them, and I couldn't go, oh, it's so different. It's not. It's in her voice. Yeah.
And yet,
fair enough.
I read in fact, my wife and I had a disagreement over this book, which is unusual because we enjoy reading very different books. It's not often that we both read the same book. And I read a Michael Connolly book.
Yes.
And it just didn't seem like Michael Connolly. Ooh. I could have, if pushed, I would have said, no, that's been written by somebody else.
That's weird.
Whereas my wife read it and said, no, that was a great book. She really loved it, thought it fitted in with all the other Michael Connolly
books. She could see his voice in it.
Yeah. I couldn't. And even though I've read lots of Michael Connolly, it just didn't seem. But,
right.
Yeah. An example I have for you is a celebrity who is quite open about what's going on, Shirley Ballas.
All right.
So her first novel, Murder on the Dance Floor, and then there's another one as well. And apparently she'd released a memoir which was ghostwritten, and then found that she had quite a few stories from her life and career that were, not in it. And she wanted to do a novel, but, she knew that writing a novel wouldn't be her thing. So she got in an author, Sheila McClure, to do it. And she's actually said, releasing a novel is not about being known for writing a book. This is Shirley Ballas speaking, because I didn't write it. I've just given the ideas and Sheila brings my ideas life. She's the professional, not me. So there you go. Yeah. She's very open about it. Yeah. So apparently, Shirley Ballas, they met up. She told her lots of stories. And then Sheila McClure went away, came up with a synopsis and a character list, and then went back to Shirley. They did a lot of discussion, and then Sheila McClure went away, wrote the book. It sounds like she was quite hands-on. Yeah.
That seems like a collaboration properly, doesn't it?
It is, but although it is the ghostwriter doing the writing.
Yes. Shirley Ballas's name is on the front of the book and Sheila McClure's is not.
Right. Okay.
So, I think it's definitely in there, and she gets credit for definitely being a big part of the writing process. But, Shirley Ballas is the brand. And I think that's part of it, isn't it?
Yeah,
the sort of people who need ghostwriters tend to be people who have a platform and they know they will sell books, but don't necessarily have the space in their schedule to commit to producing one.
Yeah.
But they're very much the ones who are going to promote the books too.
Yes, yes, they're the face.
Joan Rivers is another one. Apparently she's got a mystery series featuring jewellery designer Maxine Taylor, which was largely ghostwritten, where Rivers provides the celebrity angle and basic character concepts. William Shatner of Star Wars.
Yes.
Star Trek.
Sorry. He's got a tech war.
Don't get the Trekkies after you.
Tech war science fiction crime series, which was ghostwritten by somebody called Ron Goulart. Though Shatner was credited as the author and promoted the books. And James Patterson's another one that comes to mind.
I don't think I could sit there with
At
a straight
least
face.
At least you do have like the other author's name on the cover with James Patterson. I don't know what his involvement is, but at least they're getting a credit. And I imagine they get quite a handsome payment because, let's face it, he can afford it, and those things will sell.
Yeah.
I haven't ever read one, so I can't comment at all on, what the quality is, whether they're a good read or not. But there you go.
I mean, we've gone from sort of the writer that just sits there and either dictates it into a dictaphone or actually says what they want typing up as it comes into their head, and somebody sits there and types it. Who was the lady? Oh, she used to wear pink and had a dog.
Oh, Barbara Cartland.
She did it like that. She used
to dictate to a secretary, didn't
That's
she?
right. She used to sit on her chaise longue in her pink fluffy, frou-frou stuff.
Yes.
With a poodle on her knee, dictating to her secretary who typed it out.
But in some ways, you then have to ask the question: did Barbara Cartland then edit it? Was in other words, was the secretary merely
was the secretary basically taking the place of my phone in this transaction?
Yes, I suspect there might have been a bit of that. I can't see Barbara Cartland going through a manuscript.
I imagine what happened was quite possibly that, Barbara would have given it a cursory read through, and then it went to the publisher, whose editor would then,
go through
do the necessary
with a fine-tooth comb.
It's the other thing that's interesting is this series continuation. I didn't realise that Robert Ludlum's Jason Bourne series, Eric van Lusbader has written numerous Bourne novels after Ludlum's death.
Oh, and I didn't.
Continuing the franchise.
Yeah, and again, it's that thing of the brand name, isn't it? So MC Beaton being the brand.
Yes,
and,
yes.
Probably, Thingamydoodah, whatever the person is who continue it. If his name was on the cover, then
people would go now.
There'll probably be people, oh no, I only want to read an MC Beaton book.
Yeah.
Not realising that it's not an MC Beaton book.
Well, we've said in the past when people have written Agatha Christie stories since she died, it's the Agatha Christie name that...
or it's certainly the Agatha Christie signature is quite often prominent on the book, isn't it?
Yeah.
So even if Sophie Hannah has written it or somebody else.
Quite a few authors, of course, have written James Bond books.
Oh yeah,
There's been a number of different authors who've written that.
And I think with those, the name James Bond is enough to people go, we'll buy it, we'll buy it.
Yeah. In fact, I bet a lot of people who watch James Bond films and read stories, if you were to say to them, so who was the original author? Who wrote James Bond? There'd be a lot of people out there think,
Well, the other thing is, I mean, the films and the books are not necessarily that similar.
No.
Screenplays are completely...
Yeah.
So, I mean, you think stunts, you think fast-moving action and all the rest of it, and they're not necessarily,
Here's a rabbit hole. Who do you think will be the next James Bond?
Oh,
da, da, da.
Good heavens. Who knows?
I was going to say who cares, but I wouldn't dream of saying that.
Probably someone we don't expect.
Probably,
That's my take on it.
Yeah. More interesting, who's going to be the next Doctor Who?
Oh, will it be Billy Piper?
Will it be Billy Piper?
Oh, yeah, that was the rumour, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But, reading about the Ghostwriter thing, I'm reading an article here from The Guardian, and apparently Rob Rinder's book, The Trial, he's found himself at the centre of speculation, according to The Guardian.
Right.
So apparently in his acknowledgements, he thanks a journalist called Emily Fairbairn for weed-whacking through my cerebral detritus to find an intelligible story.
Whoa.
Yes. And his publisher, Penguin Random House, when asked by The Guardian whether that meant that, there was a ghostwriter involved, Penguin Random House said, "This is Rob's book based on his personal, brackets, albeit fictionalised, close brackets, experiences at the bar. He's worked alongside his editors, two Emilys, to create a compelling novel. To put Rob in the same category as a celebrity ghost-written novel with little involvement is unfair and untrue."
There you go.
So there you go.
Yeah.
I mean, what they're saying is he was absolutely involved in the process, so you can't say this was a celebrity ghost-written novel with little involvement.
Yeah.
And that's...
I mean, what you could say is up for debate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I suppose
True.
the argument there is, where do you draw the line between a book that's been written by somebody and then is heavily edited by professional editors compared to somebody who has ghostwritten something?
Yeah.
Because if something's been heavily edited, where does where's the line drawn between, well, what this person actually wrote and what ended up as this story, published story, bear no resemblance, but there's been a lot of work done on this book before it got to this one. I tell you, the other thing that surprised me is, and I wasn't really aware of this, I don't know why I wasn't, is that there are publishers who have created branded series.
Go on.
So there's one here called the Executioner series, and it's an action crime series by Don Pendleton, and has been written by numerous ghostwriters under the house name.
Well, this is like Nancy Drew, isn't
and
it?
Nancy Drew was another one I was going to mention.
Yeah. Yeah, and for kids, Beast Quest.
All right.
By Adam Blade, who I think is probably a group of writers who've been locked into a basement somewhere.
Because when you look at the...
all those awful fairy books by Daisy Meadows, there is Daisy Meadows. No. Yeah, you're probably acquainted with those things.
Yeah, these are house names that publishers have created.
Yeah.
In-house.
When you look at especially American sitcoms and things like that, there's a room full of writers writing it. It's not one person or two people.
I'm just wondering now if Adam Blade, they have one person who does all the beginnings and one person who does, the bit where the monster reveals, and then, there's someone who specialises in monster fight scenes. Or maybe there's someone who does monster creation.
Could be.
How many monsters have you created today?
But I think
10, 5 with claws.
Yeah. One of the things that comes out of that is that for some of these publishing houses, it's the brand recognition that is more important than individual authorship.
Which absolutely plays into the whole ghostwriting thing, doesn't it? Because if you have someone with a powerful brand, if you look at, for example, Katie Price.
Yes. Yeah.
Who, famously didn't write her books.
No. So. I wonder if HRH, not the king.
Prince Harry?
No,
he used a very well-known...
Did he use a ghostwriter?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Now I was thinking about the Ferguson.
Fergie. Yeah.
When she wrote the children's books.
Oh, who knows?
Whether she had a ghostwriter or not. It makes you start questioning all these. Now I'm going to throw a spanner in the works. Do you think, Mike, as our resident AI expert,
I knew this was coming.
Oh, here we go.
that ghostwriters are on a hiding to nothing over the next few years?
Yes.
Yeah.
Simple answer. And the reason I say that, let me take you off on a slight tangent. My younger son.
We never do that.
Right, my younger son is in his 40s and lives in Berlin.
Yeah.
And for the last 20 odd years has been a freelance copywriter in marketing. Very successfully so. He's never been out of work, and he's got quite a portfolio, got a name for himself. In the last 6 months or more, he's been struggling to find work. I mean, he's been spending 8 hours a day chasing work. And whereas he used to get a contract that might last 2, 3, 4 weeks, he's now lucky if he gets one that lasts 2 or 3 days. And what's more, what he's getting now is nowhere. It's the boring stuff. It's nowhere as exciting, to the point that he has just found himself a new job.
Right.
He needed a permanent job, and he's found himself a new job as a copywriter. He's going to be this company's global copywriter, and it's an AI company who are looking for somebody who's got experience in, because they're creating all sorts of AI agents. So I suppose the simple answer to that is, whether we like it or not, these jobs are disappearing. I was listening to a podcast this morning that reckons that by 2007, almost 50% of the jobs that graduates are now going into won't be there.
27, do you mean?
2020, yeah, a couple of years' time, 2 years from now.
Not long.
Because they won't be there. So, Liz's kids and so on, boys, they're going to find life very, very difficult. I've got a friend of mine who's a gamer, coder.
Oh, yeah.
And he got made redundant about 6 months ago, has been searching for work. Again, AI is writing coding all over the place now, and has finally got a job, but he's got to move to Finland for it. So going back to your question about ghostwriters, these publishing houses are not going to pay ghostwriters to write the Nancy Drew stories, or what was the fairy one?
Oh, Daisy Meadows and Ghost Beast Quest and all of
good,
that.
because I've read some of the fairy ones to my granddaughter. Awful.
Yeah. I decided, because I used to volunteer in my kids' school library, and I decided, well, I can't say that they're no good without having read one.
Yeah.
And I read a Beast Quest and I read a fairy. I was like, oh my life.
They're awful. Now, AI could write a better story.
Yeah.
So what these publishing houses will do that.
Yeah,
I was listening.
and that's the thing, for a little short book like that, a chapter book, I think we've had discussions before where it's, AI kind of can't keep being consistent. If it's like little short chapters, little short stories, it can probably manage that.
It can write excellent short stories.
And probably some of those writers who are no longer employed will find themselves guiding the AI to do the work, and they'll probably be churning out even more of these things.
Because I was going to say, to do like a book by after the ghostwriter, they'll have to put more information in, won't they? The people that are feeding the
it's
computer.
like AI is like anything to do with computers. It's the more you put in. If you put in rubbish, you'll get rubbish out.
Garbage in, garbage out.
You need to. But just again an aside, but it links in a way. Apparently, NBA is at the National Basketball in America.
Yeah, I think so.
They have a big end of season matches and what have you, and it's all televised. And if you big companies want to advertise, it's going to be something like $500,000 to get a 1 minute slot in here, because the whole country is watching.
Yeah.
And apparently, an advert this year got a prime 1 minute spot. And this advert was made by one chap in 3 days using AI to create the video and the story. The knock on from that, again, I was listening to this on a podcast, is that the big companies are saying, hang on, we just paid £400,000 for our 1 minute advert.
Yeah.
This guy did it for $400 and he did it in 3 days. Why should we pay you?
So ad agencies are going to find themselves
so ad agencies are going to
off
find
a lot
themselves.
of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So taking it back to the original question, that there'll be ghostwriters out there who will be thinking, they'll be thinking two things. They'll be thinking, my job's under threat, or they'll be thinking, my job's under threat unless I
move along with it.
Fall in with the enemy.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there will be people who will think, no, I do not want to, have something produced by AI. I want a human to do it.
Yeah, of course there will. Yeah.
Taking us off on a less controversial.
Yes.
Right.
Should we get back to celebrity writers?
No, one of the things
Have you read any recently?
Celebrity.
Yeah, celebrity writers, because we're talking about celebrity writers and ghost writers and things like that. Yeah.
But before we go on to that,
one
of the questions I was going to ask, we were talking about celebrity branding, like people writing series after the person's died.
Yeah.
So Agatha Christie, Conan Doyle.
Yeah.
Am I right? I know you're the expert on this, Liz.
Am I?
I couldn't go and write an Agatha Christie story without getting in touch with I'd have to have permission from the Christie Foundation.
You would absolutely need permission.
It's the same with Sherlock Holmes. Because I know you've done some Sherlock Holmes based stories. Your characters, haven't you?
Yes, I think it is all either out of copyright now or as good as. And I believe that the Supreme Court have said we will absolutely not look at any more of this stuff.
Right.
As far as we're concerned, it's all
up for grabs.
All up for grabs.
Yeah.
So,
which fits in with something else I was going to say. We've started doing, or I've done a few shorts, YouTube shorts to go with our Only Murders in My Mind podcast.
Yes.
And I was looking at different shorts, and some people are doing extremely well on YouTube by telling stories, just straightforward, reading out a story from famous authors, which is now out of copyright.
Yeah, you could do that.
And getting thousands and thousands of views.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. It's not illegal.
I don't think it is.
No, I presume if it's out of copyright.
And it's going back to what we've said in previous episodes. It's that bit, people want those bites quickly.
Yeah.
They want them like
so
that.
I suppose the thing is, you could have a situation where someone has produced the audiobook of that thing. But then again, if the words are in the public domain.
Yes.
And this isn't an audiobook, this is a recording on a different medium.
Yeah.
Then I guess it's two different things. I don't know all the law behind it, but I would assume it's okay because, the other thing is if people are reading out stuff and, someone does have a claim on it, I bet they'd be all over it.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
If they see that it's getting a lot of,
Yeah.
a lot of views, a lot of likes, and money is being made, and they're getting nothing from it.
So going back to the Conan Doyle,
yes,
because I know, as I said, Liz, you've written some kind of spin-offs.
there's an awful lot of spin-offs out there.
Could you write, in the same way that we're talking about some of these ghostwriters who are writing James Bond stories,
Yes.
so they're using James Bond, just coming up with new stories.
Yeah.
Could you write a new Sherlock Holmes story? Is there anything stopping you from doing that?
No,
legally?
nothing at all.
No.
No, you absolutely could. I've written, several Sherlock Holmes stories.
Yes.
I mean, where there's been problems previously is where the estate have got involved because they've said, right, well, we think that you are using elements from the later Sherlock Holmes stories that aren't in, they're not out of copyright yet. And we think that you are using those in your narrative, which you shouldn't be doing.
Right.
But, I think they tried that with the Enola Holmes books.
Right.
And again, it wasn't when the books came out, it was when the film came out.
Right.
So, as with, for example, The Salt Path, it feels like it's only now the film has come out that
We'll
all
get
this,
this issue,
oh,
all the
people are coming
issues.
forward
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
all of a sudden it's become a lot more well known.
Yeah. I mean, going back to what I was just thinking when you said like you've read of the Thursday Murder Club, Celebrity Author. I'm trying to think. I've read that. I tend to steer away from celebrity writers, I must admit.
A lot of people have recommended the Susie Dent book.
Right, okay.
Yes, and I'll tell you another one that somebody recommended to me was the Bob Mortimer.
Oh,
He's done one.
The Satsuma Complex.
Yes.
I
I've
didn't
not
get on with it myself.
right.
I mean, it was all right, but there were things in it, and there were some editing problems that I think have not been picked up. And
But isn't it surprising?
I read it, I got through it, but I wouldn't read the next one. My husband loved it.
Yeah,
Well, there you
but that's
go.
it. Now, my wife hated Murder Mystery
The Thursday Murder
Thursday
Club.
Murder Club.
Okay.
But
Why?
I've heard a number of people say that book 2 was much better than book 1, and they got progressively better.
I think Martin Edwards said that,
Yeah.
at our
I think he
event.
did,
Yes.
yes.
And I found the same thing. When I go back, I thought there was a long gap between book 1 and book 2, and then I realised book 1 I'd not thoroughly enjoyed. For some reason, I listened to book 2 and thought this is great, and went straight into books 3, 4, 5's not out
Five's
yet, is
out
it?
at the end of the year.
Up to. I was hooked then. I almost binged on 2, 3, and 4.
Oh, I finally put in a request at the library for We Solve Murders.
Oh, right, that's great.
On the, you can borrow
Yeah,
ebooks.
yeah.
So I'm guessing it November. That's
Oh,
how
right.
long the list
I'm
is.
still trying to plod through the audiobook of
Oh,
We Solve
gosh.
Murders.
Have you? Do you not enjoying it? All right.
It'll
No,
be interesting to see how I get on with it.
I thoroughly enjoyed that.
But I think with the Thursday Murder Club books, it tends to be like you either like them or you really
Oh, you don't.
Oh, it's a bit of a Marmite thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
But that I suppose you could say that about quite a few things.
And
but-
yet, funny enough, there isn't an author, there isn't a chap who I thought that book was ghostwritten. It just struck me that was...
No, because it felt quite different.
It did.
It
Yeah.
wasn't what you would
Yeah.
expect. I mean, it's not what you would expect if someone said, "Oh, just write me a."
No.
And the thing is as well, because I perceive him as being a very intelligent man, and I could see him writing it. I could
Yes.
sort of say, yeah,
Well, the sense of he comes across as a person with a sense of humour,
Yes,
and that comes in his book.
it does.
And also, it was the initial idea was based on a home
With his
where his
grandma?
mum was. I think it was
Yeah.
his mum was. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it never entered into. And as I've said this again in the past, where a friend recommended a like a detective book to me, and it felt it felt very stilted and very formulaic. But I wondered afterwards whether it was an AI book. I really did. But I've only read the one book. I probably should try and read another one of his books.
Yeah,
I'm not saying his name because I don't want to.
Yeah.
And I was looking at some books in Waterstones the other day. Richard Coles.
Yeah.
Yes,
don't think
I was
he's a
about to
vicar
mention
anymore.
him. No, I think he's retired from
retired from the
vicaring.
church.
Yes.
Yeah.
And again, I've heard people say, "Oh,
No, I didn't like his
You
book.
don't
I
like
read
it?
the sample and I thought I don't need to read anymore.
oh right."
Well,
I've not
I
tried
bought
it.
one and got about 3/4 of the way through.
Yeah, and I've really enjoyed his memoir.
Right.
So I'm sure he's written it himself.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I didn't have any doubt that he'd written it himself.
But there was just so much kind of churchy terminology, and it took me some time to realise that it wasn't set in the present day.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
And it's like,
I think the one
you
I
could have
read
made it a lot easier to,
Don't
tell
you
people that it is set in
Yeah.
the 80s.
This goes back to something we've talked about in different podcasts, isn't it? It's about letting your readers know what it is you're writing about. And if people are confused about the setting or the age in which it was written, you've done something wrong as a writer. If people think, oh, I didn't realise this was set, pre-1930s or whatever, and you're sort of 3 chapters in.
Do you both think that should be something that is made apparent early on in the manuscript?
I think
when a book is...
where it's set, if it's not set in present day. If it's,
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
yeah. I'd be confused if it wasn't in the first 4 or 5 pages. Colin looked at the calendar, another day of 1983 had ticked over, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be,
Sometimes it's just the terminology you
Yes,
use.
true.
I mean, I know we've talked about in the blink of an eye before now, but
I mean, he could have said, so-and-so Canon thingy was watching TV. Oh, the Communards have got a new single out.
Yes.
That would have done.
Yeah.
That would have done really nicely, in fact.
or in the blink of an eye,
Yeah.
where she talks about AI and holograms very early on.
Yeah.
It's obvious.
It's like a science fiction
So
type thing.
It's either now or
in the future,
or in the near future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get confused if I'm reading. And another thing sometimes I struggle with is when they're going from past to future, or present to past, and they keep swapping around. Saying that, I've read a couple of books that did that, and I really enjoyed them. So, again, it's about getting your head around it, isn't it? Seeing which ones you like, but
no, the whole ghost.
I'm just reading the description here of the book.
Which book?
Sorry, Murder Before Evensong.
Oh, right.
And there is absolutely no mention that it's not present day.
no.
So what day is it said? What time?
It's in the 80s.
On the 80s?
Yeah, it doesn't
right.
it doesn't mention that at all. So, yeah, odd. But there we go.
Yeah.
Quite interesting discussion that about ghostwriters.
Yes.
It's
It was
amazing
rather. We
where
covered a lot of
we
ground.
did, didn't we?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll have to exercise them.
Sometimes we surprise ourselves.
We do, and we got AI in as well. So,
yeah, we did.
Yeah,
we
no,
did.
I obviously, when I'm talking about ghostwriters and things like that, I'm thinking, when's that thing going to merge where sort of the AI with the right information can write as well as a ghostwriter. That was just entered into my head. But you're quite right, Liz. There will be people out there that'll go, no way, I want a person writing it.
We could have a whole episode about AI.
I know.
Liz will go.
Probably I will. Yes, probably. Either that, or I shall just sit here, occasionally grumbling.
Humbug.
Well, might do. Yeah.
I think the sun is over the yard arm and it's cocktail time.
Oh,
Right.
Blimey. Not for me. I'm driving.
Oh, I was going to say you're paying.
So I think we've we wondered if we were going to have enough information to talk about that, but we always wonder.
I think we could
that.
probably go on, but I think we've probably,
Yeah, well,
we've got to where we need
my
to
lips
be.
are getting that dry.
Aw.
Right, so thank you very much once again, and hit all the buttons, hit thumbs up, and what are the old buttons?
Likes, leave us a comment.
Yeah.
Subscribe. Yeah, all those.
Yeah, send us money. Whatever you want to do.
Yes. And our family of listeners is expanding very slowly, but it is expanding, and we do appreciate everybody that listens. So until next time, bye from us. You have been listening to Only Murders in My Mind, a Random Thought production, produced by John Bissett. The music in Peril was composed and recorded by OM Studio Strings.